Right. I'm going to have that.
Aiming through the scope, Saga could see the flickering darkness that protected the Taken, saw it waver and jerk, saw a shifting opening in it. There, she fired, sending the bullet through to find its way home.
Nice. Right, we've still got 16. Let's have some more ammo.
How many shots she'd fired, but she was sure it must have been more than she had in her magazine, and yet she'd not run out of ammo. The magazine had grown to fit more bullets. She fired again.
Nice. Okay. I'm pretty certain we cannot upgrade all of the things. Hello, Internet. Welcome back. We are heading into the Sheriff's Office. Return 6.
Power's out.
Scratch.
Always a good sign.
Yes, I think...
Anyone here?
I'm here, in the closet.
Oh dear. Oh, hi.
All clear, Estevez.
Man is resilience.
Agent Estevez? Is that you? That leg doesn't look good.
Feels even worse. But thanks for saving the rest of me. We should talk.
What happened?
here?
Where to fucking start? We came to check out a system alert at Cauldron Lake.
Yes.
But it's worse than we could handle. Real boondoggle.
I don't know what one of
Police,
those is,
my own
but I'm
agents,
guessing it's not
were
good.
invaded before we could even react.
What is the FBC doing here?
What did the FBC come here to do?
Bright Falls is the site of a recurring altered world event. The shadow is stronger than we expected. We're low on resources. Problems at HQ. But we do have equipment for dealing with the shaded
Problems
threat.
at
We just caught off guard
HQ?
before we could set it up.
Have you found my partner, Agent Casey?
Yeah, we found him.
Oh.
Out in the woods. He had a close encounter with the shadow, and it did something to him.
Is
Oh.
he okay?
He's alive. We took him down to the morgue for an examination. Haven't heard anything since he attacked.
That's...
Where is Wake? I know what's going on here. Wake can fix this.
Alan Wake is a para-utilitarian. The word's a mouthful, so you know it's serious. We have him locked up in the holding cells per protocol. He's connected to the shadow in some way.
Estevez, I need to see Wake. How do I get into the cell block?
Okay. Protocols don't mean that much at this point anyway. Don't make me regret this, Anderson.
Would we?
Until the power's back on, the door to the holding cells won't open. There's a fuse box downstairs in the basement. Here. You'll need the keys.
Basement. I love going into basements.
Back into the morgue, huh? Fantastic.
Fantastic. But first, we loot every single thing we can find in the sheriff's station. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Alright.
Did you read me, Anderson?
I read you. Have you had our frequency this entire time?
Eavesdropping is a big part of the job. But no, I got it from your partner. Anderson, look for a fuse to replace the blown out one in the fuse box. That should get the power going again.
Yeah. On it.
I really appreciate, actually, that when we're upstairs in a better lit room, I mean, they're not well lit, but they're better lit than this, the flashlight has less effect. But down here, this is, because it's an artificial environment, you know, the light is doing work. Ooh. Yoink. I also really appreciate the fact that she tucks her flashlight away. Volunteer.
There's another cult stash.
Is there a cult stash? Oh, I suppose this is the evidence locker? Uh... 146. Number of lines used. I'll have all of those. Thanking you. For sale, coffee cup mascot costume. Some wear and tear, $50. For sale, underwater metal detector and scuba gear. One thing that we haven't found as many of is manuscript. Is manuscript pages. Oh, it's a save thing, isn't it? There's me thinking, coffee flasks. Yeah, there's no power on, so this doesn't count as a safe room. Who else is down here to be firing?
Stay the fuck!
Casey! Is that you?
Anderson?
Hold your fire! I'm coming in.
Why is Casey down in the morgue? Oh no, we know he's down in the morgue, don't we? Because he's down here to be examined. But was that a taken he just took out? She didn't look wibbly, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything. Obviously, I've not been watching anything on this on YouTube except the odd how to get the game running better video. But I did see a thumbnail as I was rapidly scrolling through trying to find what I wanted, which, why this had shown up in a performance search, I don't know. With people, no, I can't say people, with a guy complaining that this was a walking simulator. Right, you playing the same game as me? Oh, we don't have a fuse. That's an issue. Casey, do you...
Hey, Anderson. Like what I've done with the place?
Could use a bit more light.
Funny.
How are you holding up?
Don't give me that worried look, Anderson. It's just it's a flesh wound. Gave me a chance to have a nice chat about ex-wives with Kieran.
Who?
Agent Estevez,
Ah.
Making new friends, huh? I'm jealous. Are you sure you're okay?
He doesn't look okay.
Fine. What's the situation on your end?
I was going to say, there's a profiling thing here, and he's clearly not fine.
What's happening to Casey?
I'm a goner. Swell. A shadow crawling under my skin. In my head. Call my ex. Tell her I'm sorry. Terminal case, Casey.
Something is wrong with him.
Yeah.
He's hurt worse than he says. He's scared. What happened at the hotel?
Wake was telling the truth about the cult being after him. The thing, the dark presence, it's real too. I saw it. A fucked up monster cloud. Wake tried to warn me. It knocked me out. FBC found me in the woods later.
Watery turned out to be a good lead. Found the clicker and the cult. But the horror story's changing reality. Like Wake said it would. Logan, she's, the story claims she died here. But we can stop it.
Wait, Saga. What do you, Logan is gone. She has been. For a long time.
Casey's affected by the horror story too.
Yeah.
I'm fighting for them all now. I'm gonna fix this, Casey. You, Logan, all of it. I just need to get the power back on first.
Yeah, give him hell, Anderson. Just remember, some things in life can't be fixed with a light switch. As for the power problem, here.
Ah,
I found a fuse on those poor bastards there.
that's handy.
I'll take care of it. Stay put, Casey. I'll let you know when it's safe.
I'm not going anywhere.
Clearly. Let there be light.
Anderson, good news, bad news. You can get to the cell block now, but the shaded hostiles that were in there are on the loose.
Thanks for the heads up.
Interesting. Shaded is what the FBC are calling them. Excuse me?
We're coming down.
Thanks. Oh. Oh shit, it's one of these. They are trickier to deal with.
Not good.
That doesn't... Oh. This place is safe. Interesting. That's good, because that allows me time to do this. I see you there. Ooh, I just shot off most of the texture on her face. I'm not entirely sure what happened there.
Situation is under control, Estevez. Coming.
Control?
Copy.
I'll wait here.
You do that, Casey. I think that is for the best. Wasn't there a... No. I thought there was a safe place down here, but... Wonder what happens if you've run out of flashlights. That's where the safe room was. I knew there was one around here somewhere. Right, our inventory is already full. Right. And our stash is getting full as well. I've got to use these flares more. We're getting loads of them, and I'm really not doing much with them. In fact, let's... That's already equipped to there. Quick slots. Put that on there. Put that on there. I'll probably accidentally use that one, but... Right. And this chapter's titled Scratch, so I don't have high hopes for what is about to happen. Are we going to have to go into an overlap to deal with Scratch?
Anderson, over here.
Ah, you've moved.
Got a little cramped in that closet.
An electrical lock system with no failsafe. Smart. What's going on?
We had a hell of a time avoiding those taken. Ended up back here. Anyway, I wanted to warn you that we have the Koskela brothers in the cells as well. They're the ringleaders of the Cult of the Tree.
They are.
Don't let your guard down.
Is the FBC sending any help?
We were the help. Well, us in the lake house. But we still have bureau gear specifically engineered to fight this threat.
That's handy.
It's stored in the backlot. We were setting it up when the Taken interrupted us. We have light arrays, a containment cell, etc., etc. We are not out of this fight yet.
Good.
What's at the lake house?
It's a bureau research facility at Cauldron Lake set up to study the effects of this AWE. When I got into town, I went there for backup. The whole station is lost, taken by the Shadow. Lost a lot of agents. Barely got out myself.
So things are going well then. The thing that I like about the FBC is that, you know, the name is the Federal Bureau of Control, and yet all of the interactions we have had with them in this game and in Control, the one thing that has been very much lacking is control. The situation is not, and has never been, under control. And that kind of shit entertains me no end. Ooh. Oh. That is a new gun. The Lake House Research Facility WA03 at Cauldron Lake has been compromised, cause unknown. The incident was visually confirmed by Agent Estevez when she visited the facility to make contact with Dr. Marmont and Dr. Marmont, heads of operations at the Lake House. The facility itself is reported to be in a damaged state with no living staff found during a brief search. A longer search was not possible due to an active AWE in the area requiring all available resources. Investigation and containment not possible with current personnel. Emergency dispatch of response and rescue staff is requested. The Investigations Department has no knowledge of the Lake House's recent research or projects due to worsening communication and cooperation since HQ went dark. As a result, this report cannot determine the incident's cause without further investigation. Refer to file 92333215 for full incident reports. Why has Memory loss, the battle to regain your mind. A revolution for the brain. UFO myth and reality. UFO myth and reality. Okay. So, right. I'm going to guess that the code is based on QBW. So we need 8, 2, 5. Is my guess? Disappointingly, I am wrong. Okay, we could try UFO, which would be 4, 6, 6. Also no. Darn. I thought I was being clever. Yeah, see, that's implying that it's for the books. Oh. No, never mind. I'm an idiot. I missed out the 0. Damn it, Demajen. I was on the mark as well. So Q is 7. B is 2. Ah! Can't read my own handwriting. Oh no! Inventory is full! We've got a new shotgunny thing! In 2010, writer and suspected para-utilitarian Alan Wake was reported to have disappeared into Cauldron Lake, a known threshold site. 3 years later, a small group responsible for multiple killings was arrested in New York City by federal investigators. The murders were recreations of deaths found in the writing of Alan Wake. Interrogations with the murderers revealed they saw Wake as sort of a prophet, describing themselves as his cult, and considered his novels to be sacred texts. As Wake was missing at the time, it's unlikely he had any personal involvement with this cult. At least there was no evidence supporting the idea. Soon after the New York cult was detained, an organisation known as the Cult of the Tree began operating around Cauldron Lake, the same area Wake disappeared. This is now the second organisation branding themselves as a cult with a direct physical connection to Alan Wake, operating in the location he was last seen in. I propose that this is not a coincidence, and would like permission to search for a link between Wake and the Cult of the Tree. See file 1454-5236 for the full proposal. Frame rate is taking a bit of a dip. I think there's a memory leak or something, because it seems to get worse the longer I play without rebooting the game. This might actually be enough. Is it just going to need 1 row? But I heard something then. The question of whether this shotgun is just going to be a straight up upgrade is, well, I don't think it's likely. I think it's likely to be...
I'm sure Sheriff Breaker wouldn't mind me borrowing this.
Stop right there. Yes, we need to go and... to go and check out what Tim's doing in a bit. Right, what did we actually get? Pump action shotgun. Semi-automatic, good stability, and capable of high sustained damage. Okay.
Saga! Fucking FBI, FBC, you government fucks all fucking this up for us! Let us the fuck out!
You're the leaders of the cult. You're not going anywhere.
Wait
Yep.
will ruin everything. Get rid of him, Saga! You fucking shot me! Typical government stooge. Let me
Nice.
out so I can kill him, that fucker! You come to our town and act like you know what you're dealing with, but you have no fucking idea!
Language.
Let us out! You can't stop it, none of you can. We can take care of this. We've been preparing for this.
Right, I got a manuscript page there. Those are bingo nice. Show station
Young
attacked.
held his clipboard up to the light. The equipment was all accounted for. He ticked the boxes, satisfied. A noise on the other side of the back lot made him pause. He peered into the darkness. Nothing. Shrugging, he signed and dated the form. Estevez wanted everything ready, just in case. Young appreciated a cautious leader. Estevez had held it together even after the oldest house had gone dark. Young began to head inside. The local sheriff's station was a tight fit, but at least they had a coffee machine. Young felt optimistic. They even had the para-utilitarian in custody already. Another clatter behind him. Closer this time. He turned, hand on his holster. He called out to the darkness.
This station has been seized by the Federal Bureau of Control. You're not authorized to be here.
Suddenly, the lights flickered, went off. Young couldn't see a thing. Then from inside the station, the screams began.
So the implication then is that the events of Control are either still underway or the oldest house hasn't opened up. Hello, Alan.
Saga, do you have it?
You
Good, I need to
Logan
talk.
into the story. You told me yourself from the dark place.
Listen, Scratch is coming. He's close. He's almost here.
My daughter is dead because of you. She's a child. What the fuck is wrong with you?
I'm trying to fix this. I will fix this. I'll save everyone, but we're running out of time. I need the clicker.
I don't trust him.
I have the clicker. You will fix this. You will save my daughter. Promise me.
Yes, I promise. But we're out of time. Hurry!
This is a bad idea.
Don't fucking give it to him! Get him! He's a fucking monster, Saga! There it is! We've been waiting for you, motherfucker! I'm gonna fucking destroy you!
Uh-oh. Oh, snap.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Shit, shit. It's Scratch. He was pretending to be Wing.
Oh shit.
Fucked. Estevez, come in. Scratch is here. How do I stop him?
Bad news. The containment unit isn't prepped, but the light array should affect him.
Okay. Lights. Got it. Fuck. I found the lights. How do I activate them?
I can turn them on from here, but you need to prime the 3 power cores.
These must power the light array. Need to find more.
Oh shit! Ow. I've got to hold the button down? Yeah, I do. Okay.
Got one.
Right, so we need to slow him down. Yeah, so he takes a little bit of time.
One left. Doing great.
Oh. So Wake is still in the dark place.
Scratch was here. He'll be back. What the fuck do we do now?
I don't know. I like how threatening they made him. I mean, just zipping through the bars and completely obliterating Yakko gave a nice sense of this is how dangerous Scratch is. And yeah, without the FBC's presence here, I don't think there's anything that we could do to stop Scratch. It's not like we can just rig up some normal lights, like floodlights, like Wake did in the first game, and have that work. This Scratch is clearly an order of magnitude more dangerous than, you know, a combine harvester possessed by the dark presence. The aura that he had was really intense as well, as befitting. You know, it shining the torch at him did nothing. He's wrapped in so much darkness. But the thing that interests me the most is how much of Wake was in there before Scratch surfaced. Because you don't necessarily get the impression that Scratch is a master manipulator. You know, he's a force of nature. He's darkness red in tooth and claw. He's the kind of violent manifestation of who's afraid of the dark. I haven't been listening to the end of chapter songs because obviously I've been talking over them with my thoughts, but you can hear the rhythms and the beats, you know, at the back of your head. Scratch. A very sudden stop. So, let's recap. Casey's got darkness inside him. Logan's dead in this version of reality. Mr. Scratch is on the loose, but he's been sent away for a while. Alan is still stuck in the dark place, I think. Estevez is wounded. The oldest house is still dark after the events of Control. What year was Control set in? Was it 2019? Do we even know? What year is Control? Halloween 2019. So it's been 4 years. Well, hi guys.
Scratch's Wake's double. He tricked us. He almost got the clicker from me. The whole plan has gone out the window. How could we get this so wrong?
Textbook boondoggle.
You said it, Anderson.
What the hell's a
It's a
boondoggle?
shit show.
Is this an American thing that I
So
don't
what's
know?
the plan?
The FBC usually handles stuff like this, right? Any thoughts?
Hold up. You brought a paranatural object in here without telling me and then almost handed it over to a hostile entity?
I didn't know if I could trust you. That was a mistake. So was believing Scratch. But it's not too late. I just need to understand more.
Yeah, you got that right.
Wow.
Let's start acting like we're on the same side, yeah?
Well, you threw us off the case, so it's no real surprise that...
The horror story's changing reality. It made it so my daughter died here, even though she's supposed to be back home in Virginia. Do you know if that's...
AWEs are localized distortions of reality. The area outside town might not be affected. Sometimes they expand, sometimes they fizzle out. If we can make sure it's the latter, your kid might be fine.
The whole thing is a nightmare. I can't let my family be torn apart.
Having family isn't easy in this line of work. The late nights, travel, alternate realities threatening their existence. My ex-wife couldn't take it.
Karen, you're better off without her. I know I am.
Casey's still...
So tell me what I'm missing. The FBC must know something.
Good news, we have Bureau intel on all of this. Bad news, it's highly classified. Good news, consider yourself deputized into the Federal Bureau of Control. Here's a key to the cell where we keep the files. Happy reading.
Okay. Thanks. Go team.
Cha-ching. I'd like to point out that unless there's any new reading material, I spent a good chunk of time in the AWE, the Alan Wake stuff, in Control, reading through every single thing that they got in it. Because of course I did. I'm sure I've got that recorded. This is stuff that we've already read. I need to put it on the case board, actually.
Figured all this out already. So this goes here, and that goes there.
Scratch or Wake? It's interesting that they've given him the bad boy jacket look, because in American Nightmare, Mr. Scratch was superbly and sharply dressed. Proper dark suit. Proper kind of evil mastermind look. Where is Wake? I assumed something strange was happening with time, but what if it's simpler than that? Yeah, they both want the clicker, because of course they do. These are still for later, which is interesting. There's loads more to add on evidence. Find evidence. Talk to somebody about life and watery. And the cult of the tree's done. Symbology. Cult symbols inspired by the FBC logo. Is it? Had I just not noticed? Yeah, so it's a branding thing.
Doesn't look right.
It's possible Wake is connected to the cult, but if Scratch is identical to Wake, then this could refer to either of them. The story.
The dark presence is vulnerable against bright light. At least that makes sense.
Yep. We've got a load of cult stashes. Right. Whitefall Sheriff Station. Whitefall Sheriff Station. Whitefall's Pier. Oh, well, actually, you can see. You can see how many more there are. Wonderful. I like that. I should have checked that earlier. Whitefall's area. Yeah, so I'm missing 1 at Cauldron Lake, 2 at Bright Falls, 2 in Watery. Maybe I couldn't get to them? Oh, because we needed the bolt cutters, didn't we? Right, what do we got here? Bright Falls Rhymes. She seems disgusted by the rhymes. Yeah, so missing 1 there, 2 there. 2 pieces of evidence for that. And we're just missing 1 doll. Somewhere. Interesting. Right, profiling on Wake.
I assumed Wake escaped the dark place. Is it possible he's still there?
The Big Apple in an ocean of darkness. Gone diving. Note from my editor. You're using the wrong tense. Trapped in a loop. My friends will meet him when I'm gone.
Wake is still trapped in the dark place.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he always was.
Mm-hmm. Yep, he's still there.
Wake is trapped in the dark place. He's been reaching out, communicating with me in the overlaps.
To profile someone to get more information.
You really don't remember Logan living in Virginia with me and David?
I remember you and David having problems. You needed a break. You and Logan moved to Watery and then Logan, well, that awful thing happened. After you came back to work, I thought you'd be the perfect partner for this case. If you were willing to return to the area.
Okay. That's enough. The story is changing your memories. What you're remembering is fiction. Logan is alive. I'm not divorced. We never moved here. I remember the truth.
No. Wake or Scratch, whoever that was, said the story could be used to attack us. We all need to question what's real. With that said, how do we know the story isn't giving you false hope?
I can't convince them. I just need to change the story.
But if you look at it from Casey's point of view, that actually makes perfect sense. You know, that we're coming across as being in denial because he's got no memories of this other timeline / reality.
Scratch pretended to be Wake to trick us.
He almost won me over. I should have trusted my gut. Had a bad feeling about him when we found him at the lake. When that insane monster cloud came at me in the woods, I saw a face inside it. Wake's. I think he was always a monster. Always Scratch.
I'm unsure.
Scratch was pretending to be Wake. Manipulating me.
I think there's more to it than that.
What does he want from me? No. I'm in control here. It's my mind place. He's powerful. Too powerful. Just his presence here makes me feel sick. Like a wave of terror through my head. I feel his single-minded drive to get the clicker.
Okay. So don't try and get into the head of Scratch. Yeah, there's the stuff at the station before we were attacked. I don't know whether he was always Scratch. I think there's more to it than that.
This is the kind of case my ex hated. The ones that might kill me.
That's funny. The cases that might kill me were my ex's favorite.
Oh, that's the toilet paper theft. What am I actually doing then? Goals. Oh yeah, go to the locked cell. Who's this? Oh, it's Ilmo.
I'm sorry about your brother, Ilmo.
Jakob was all heart. He always went along with my ideas, no matter how stupid they were.
Yeah.
Always happy to help.
Your ideas were stupid.
Carried away. I never think things through. It's my fault.
I realize it's a bad time. But I need you to tell me everything about the cult of the tree.
The cult is my craziest idea that ever worked. Look, what kind of a cult calls themselves a cult? Exactly. We protect Watery and Bright Falls. We're the good guys. A secret neighborhood watch. Well, that was the idea anyways. Look, we've always known about the horror inside the lake. When any Taken come out, we kill them.
You don't turn people into Taken. You kill the ones who already have.
Yeah.
How long has the cult been around for?
Certain folks around here have always known about Cauldron Lake. Before us, it was the Torchbearers. And when I inherited the mission, I wanted to call it a cult. It was genius. Just a name did half the work. Made people too scared to go into the woods at night. Business
see.
101. Fear is a great motivator.
True that.
Ilmo said the cult kills Taken. Is he telling the truth?
Surplus deer masks buy in bulk. We've got a floater, a Taken on the shore. Call the gang Yako. We are going hunting. Cult of the Tree. Keeping the town safe since 2013.
Ilmo is telling the truth about the cult. They really were fighting the Taken.
That's a
On the
nice
same
twist.
side.
So the assault on the sheriff's the assault on the lodge was because they knew that it wasn't Wake.
If the cult is killing Taken, then why did Nightingale turn into one?
Because he was
Private party,
interrupted.
Invitation only. Wrong time, wrong place. Time to go, Yako. A job half done isn't done at all.
Nightingale
The
became a
Bookers.
Taken because the Bookers interrupted their ritual.
Yeah. So they were using the clicker to stop people turning.
I'm gonna deal with the situation, Ilmo. But the town will need protection until we sort this out. I could use your help.
Right. I'll round up the gang. Whoever's left.
I'm surprised there is anybody left in
Let
Bright
these
Falls.
fucking monsters hurt any more of our people.
There are some random NPCs just standing around outside.
Thank you, Ilmo.
Poor Yako.
You were trying to kill Alan Wake. Why?
Nothing good has ever come out of Cauldron Lake. The nightmare that hit Bright Falls in 2010 was all because of his writing. And ever since then, pages of his stories are floating up from the lake, and monsters keep popping out. It's all him, Wake. And if we don't stop him, no one will.
Wake's evil doppelganger Scratch is the threat we're facing, not Wake. And I will stop him.
I've never heard of anyone called Scratch.
I think the attack Casey had Wake's face. There was never any Wake. It was Scratch the entire time. Casey thinks Wake is Scratch and always has been. Certainly possible. The cult found Wake's pages inside Taken and believed he was the cause.
Keep trying.
Yeah, so they think killing will stop. Yeah, gotcha.
Nope.
Deduction available. Okay. Something's going on with that. That's not working properly. Right. Whoa. We need to head...
Brother,
I like the fact that they've covered the bodies up. It's a nice little detail. Right. So down here... No. Hold on. It's not down here that I want to be. It's... locked cell. In the cell block. Which actually isn't this way at all. It's here. In fact, it's right next door. This one. Right, time for some reading. Transcript of interview with subject Alan Wake. Mr. Wake, you've been taken into FBC custody and will receive an in-depth interrogation at a later date. But for now, I need to ask if there's anything you can tell us regarding the incident at the hotel. Anything we may need to know. There's a force here you don't understand, a presence. It's after me. It wants to consume me, consume everything. Yes, you mentioned this dark presence before. Why does it want you? It feeds on artists, on the art they create. It wants me because of my writing, but it can be any form of art, any artistic expression, music, painting, film, photography. It can feed on any of it, all of it. You have to believe me. We're well aware of this entity, Mr. Wake. We've been tracking the situation here for a long time now. You yourself have been on our radar for over a decade. I'm sure those nuts in the research department are just going to love checking you out. Hey, make a note to redact that before submission. Let's get back on track. You mentioned a light switch earlier. Where is it now? I don't know, but I need it. I can't end this without it. Will you help me get it? Mr. Wake, you are in custody, pending charges for breaching of numerous federal violation codes. We are not going to give you a suspected paranatural object. You're not, beep, listening to me. We are listening just fine. Now, do you have any accomplices? Bleep, you. Let me the bleep out of here. It's coming for me. We're all in danger. Interview was terminated due to subject being uncooperative.
Wake isn't the first person the dark presence disguised itself as.
Through extensive interviews with witnesses of AWE-35, additional details regarding the shadow have been discovered. Was AWE-35 the original one? Redacted and redacted, both present during the AWE reported seeing a woman named Barbara Jagger in Bright Falls at the time. Jagger is a former actress and Bright Falls resident who emigrated with the filmmaker Thomas Zane from Finland and was reported to have drowned in Cauldron Lake during a during a redacted AWE in 1970. Research staff have concluded that Jagger's appearance is likely a case of the shadow manifesting in human form. Research is ongoing as to the nature of the connection between the shadow and the psychophysical signatures available for it to mimic. Current hypotheses are the shadow can only manifest as artists or individuals tangentially involved in the creation of art who have operated within a certain physical range of Cauldron Lake. The shadow can manifest as any individual contained within Cauldron Lake. Research is actively ongoing.
The lake is a gateway to the dark place.
Yes. At approximately 1900 hours on 13th of September 2023, readings from a remote surveillance unit monitoring Cauldron Lake, a known threshold to what researchers theorise is the origin dimension of A040, the shadow, past acceptable limits. Attempts to contact FBC research facility WA03, codenamed the Lake House, were unsuccessful. On-site event verification not possible. Response procedures are initiated with immediate effect. Agent K. Estevez will mobilise Investigations Unit Beta from the remote operations site at Redacted. All available shadow-specific equipment, Lot 411B, has been approved for use in the field. Objectives: to confirm an active event. If an active AWE is occurring, the dispatch team will identify its nature and severity, limit exposure, and attempt to contain or neutralise the source. If no event is active, check monitoring equipment, perform a limited profile sweep of the area, and check status of the lake house and its staff. Oops. Additional information. Relevant operatives in the area include the Cult of the Tree, Redacted, and Alan Wake.
What the hell is a para-utilitarian?
Description / power to utility. Based on reports, the item is a light switch from a lamp cord. Oh yeah, this is for the object of power, with part of the severed cord still attached. Eyewitness accounts suggest the item possesses the ability to alter reality. The change is being based on redacted when used by a capable power utilitarian. Parsing this item's effect from that of the Cauldron Lake threshold responsible for recurring AWEs in the area is difficult, because the only reported use of the item has occurred near this threshold. Without more data, we cannot confirm if the item intensifies the effect of the threshold or vice versa, or if there's no connection whatsoever. Recorded material from Dr. Hartman, that was Emil, the head of the Psych Lodge, after becoming a redacted, have revealed that Alan Wake eliminated Barbara Jagger, likely a physical manifestation of a redacted, by inserting the light switch into its chest and flicking the switch. The item is confirmed to have been used in 2010 to turn fictional writing into reality. That was AWE 35. However, it's unclear that what the restrictions and limitations of the effect are. Conclusion: the light switch is a possible object of power, but the team cannot conclusively classify the item based on second-hand accounts. Proper examination and testing is required in order to determine classification and precise effect of the item. That is a naturally clean whiteboard. Right. So, we have more information. Dark presence assume the form of Barbara Jagger.
I need to know what information I can still trust.
Can anything Wake said be trusted? Is the clicker still useful? Yes. Wake's in the dark place and Cauldron Lake is the threshold to it. Clicker.
The clicker amplifies any changes to reality suggested by a piece of art. Makes them permanent.
Mm-hmm. For later, for later, for later. Oh, we've got some profiling. Tor.
Wake told me the clicker would fix this. But Wake was actually Scratch. How can I trust anything he said?
The artist must conclude his work. He rides a storm on your piece. Wake up and smell the danger. We told you already, kiddo. What Tom said about the light switch is true. Don't let the story confuse you. You need him to write the ending you want. The clicker can make that ending come true.
But we don't have Wake. Everything we knew about the clicker was true.
Uh-huh.
He wasn't lying.
Uh-huh. Right.
Scratch told me the clicker can be used to change the story. Does that match your understanding of this thing?
Yeah, the light switch is a paranatural item, maybe even an object of power. We have verified reports that Alan Wake was in possession of it during the AWE here back in 2010. It definitely has power. We know that much.
I can come up with a plan. I always do.
Uh-huh. Come up with a new plan. Casey?
So the Cult of the Tree actually kills Taken. They were on our side. even if their methods are misguided and criminal.
It looked right from where we were standing. Nothing's what it seems in this case. Too many stories contradicting each other.
That's the nature of stories.
Too many versions of the truth.
We have a lot of catching up to do after this thing is all over. Everything is different now. My family, me, the whole fucking world.
I'll buy the coffee, Anderson. Partners to the end.
Don't.
This case is one for the books.
This case is going to be... This case is going to be redacted all over it. Right, we need to come up with a plan. I assume we're going to do that on the case board. Right.
The clicker can fix this, but I can't use it without Wake. Tor knows about this stuff. Maybe he can help. Wake is still in the dark place.
Yeah, we need to get him out
How
of
do I
there.
get him out?
We live and breathe rock and roll. From the silence of screams, from the fever of dreams. The clicker can amp up other works of art, not just Tom's writing.
Ooh.
Anything created with passion.
Rock and roll.
The dark power of the lake will make it.
We need to set up a concert.
But if the holder of the clicker believes in the art, they can make it all come true in the flick of a switch.
I can use the clicker without Wake. Only Wake's writing can change the horror story. But I can use the clicker to change something else. Like getting Wake out of the dark place.
How?
I will use the clicker to change reality and bring Wake back at Cauldron Lake. I'll need the right work of art, but that won't be a problem.
It won't? What? Why won't it be a problem?
I've got it now. I just need to tell the others what to do and fix everything. For good.
I've got a plan.
So we need Wake to fix the story, right? That hasn't changed.
No.
So here's what I have. Wake's still trapped in the dark place, under the lake. I think we can use the clicker to get him out. But first, we need a work of art. Something other than his story. And that'll get him here.
I'm not filling out the paperwork for this one. Wouldn't know where to start. But I'm sold.
Okay. Look, this feels like something that once we get the ball rolling, there's no turning back. You sure you have it all figured out?
Oh! This is the beginning of the end game. To travel to Cauldron Lake, you need to save your game first. Exploring and traveling to other areas will be limited if you choose to continue.
Not just yet. Give me a moment.
Okay, Anderson. You let me know when you're ready.
Okay. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, why not click the like button and consider subscribing. Remember, you can ring the bell notification icon to get notified when new videos go live. And until next time, cheerio.